in the arena of dreams, where heroes are made. Xero Anthony Caesar Tonga lead the crusade. With Bobby beside, the energy's high. Uncut's the platform where legends never die. Uncut, where the stories unfold. Wrestling for you, the battles are bold. From the highs to the lows, every move, every show. Tune in, feel the thrill, let the adrenaline flow. So join us each week for the action and fun. Uncut with Bobby, the journey's begun. Wrestling for you, it's more than a game. It's a legacy, it's glory, it's the ultimate fame.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, coming at you with another episode of Uncut. I am in charge today because I always am. Nope, Xero's feeling a little bit under the weather, so I am the one calling the shots and doing most of the talking today, so I apologize in advance to you guys.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, hello. Xero. Yeah, my throat's fucked. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, pretty much. There you go. But we are 4 days post Survivor Series. We are 2 days pre NXT deadline, and we will get into all of that in this show. But there is a major topic we have to cover. Well, we always cover news and rumors. But the news this week is the news and the rumors are a little more interesting this week because of what came down, what came down yesterday. Xero, I understand you have a certain opinion on if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is working WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas or not. So if you want to take it away, or
Yeah, well, that's I've managed to build myself up now to be able to do this. So, so the report yesterday then was basically, it started off with some random new person called Dr. Chris or whatever, who seems to be coming onto the scene to actually do some reporting, but he's got the backing of quite a few other people. Now, I will just say that this guy's literally come out from nowhere for it. Now, the report of The Rock not working WrestleMania is absolute, and excuse my language here, but absolute bullshit, basically. He's been planning to do WrestleMania since last WrestleMania for it. And it's quite funny as well because there seems to be different things that have come down. Now, some of the news was he's definitely not working it. You know, they're going on further creative directions and everything. But then late last night, Fightful put out a report now saying that at the Moana 2 premiere, which was on the 27th, I believe, of November. So what was that? Literally a week ago or so?
8 days,
Yeah, 8 days ago. Cody and Rock filmed something together. Now, if they had no intentions of Rock working WrestleMania or doing anything with WWE, why would Cody film something with Rock? Considering as well that Cody had his title with him as well at the time, which is quite interesting at the premiere. And now, according as well, another report has come out from Fightful. It now turns around and says The Rock's appearance at Bad Blood was simply to get him on screen. WWE didn't have a major direction or plot point they were furthering, basically. So even though he came out and done the 1, 2, 3, which I still think was promoting Moana 3, which has now been announced, but no,
yeah, I saw that. I saw that tweet last night. I was like,
but no, but yeah, what it seems to, that's what they're claiming. And then anyone reporting that The Rock is 100% aimed at WrestleMania isn't being genuine. It's absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. We all know The Rock's going to be at WrestleMania. They've been setting this up for ages and stuff. All the teasers are there, and it's going to be quite funny when The Rock does rock up. See what I've done there? So it isn't going to be then, when The Rock rocks up on the 6th of January Raw and do it that way. Now, the thing is they've got he's in the advertisements for the show. He's in the advertisements for the show. And as well, a lot of people yesterday were saying to me now that they've spent hundreds on WrestleMania tickets and also hundreds on tickets for that show for for that first Raw on Netflix because The Rock is advertised. WWE have essentially promised The Rock with all the adverts of, even the WrestleMania adverts got The Rock in it, and if you notice as well, what somebody pointed out was in one of the adverts, I'm not sure whether it's the Mania one or the one for the Raw on Netflix one, it turns around and says it's actually got The Rock doing his finally thing. So it's got finally, The Rock has come back for it. So they are advertising him for that show. So for anyone to turn around and say, they've got no creative plans for him and he's not coming on in and that for it, it's just, sorry, but they're speaking out their ass. That's my, that's my spill there now. It's, I do want to say as well as everyone's like, oh, but this guy is like been legit. He's like, this Dr. Chris is legit and everything like that.
I've never heard of the guy until yesterday.
I was searching back through his tweets and everything, and I found something quite interesting. On the 22nd of November, which was the day before, well, actually, no, it was the day of SmackDown, he reported that Cody was the fifth man in War Games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, on that SmackDown, CM Punk was already in there, and that he quickly retracted it once he realized that obviously that Cody wasn't, and he turned around and said, "Oh yeah, plans and that sort of, plans and that changed and stuff," and they suddenly changed at the last minute. It's like, no, they didn't, because myself and even other people, and there's somebody else out there. I'm not going to name them, but they don't even report wrestling news, and they were as soon as I put something out about. About this, basically, about as soon as I mentioned that Punk was the fifth man, they dropped into my DMs and they turned around and said, look, they go, you've got the news as well, and it's definitely Punk. And that was back on the 11th of November. So anyone claiming that Cody was down on the list of being the fifth man on the 22nd of November is talking out their ass, I'm afraid, and
not to interrupt, right. But think about it this way. Cody was set to be the fifth man, according to this guy, yes?
Yeah.
And magically, plans changed, and CM Punk was just sitting in catering, ready to go, even though he wasn't on TV for, what, a month and a half?
Yeah.
Because he was on the Raw after the Raw after Bad Blood, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he said he's going away for a bit, right?
Yeah. The funny
he
thing
was
on
TV for like a month and a half before that.
No. Well, the other funny thing was as well, though, was he was so adamant that Cody was the fifth man. But I noticed, I looked at the tweet timings, and he put that one out, and then literally an hour later, WWE sent out the thing of Cody and KO at Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And then, and then he then deleted his tweet, and suddenly, well, he didn't delete the tweet. He then retracted his statement, and so I said, "Oh no, Cody's now not the fifth man; it's now somebody else." But I don't know who it is, and it was like everyone was like, "It's CM Punk." Everyone knows it's CM Punk because because proper people have actually reported it's CM Punk and that, and but going back to this other person who obviously was in my DMs and stuff, about it. I know that they get legit news because Dave. I can't go too much into it, but I know that they have supplied one of the big guys in the past with some news and stuff for it. And I do just want to say this bit as well before we come off this topic is people have been like, oh, but this Dr. Chris got the main event for Raw and that correct and reported it first before anyone else. And that show plans you can get from fucking anyone. All you need to know is you don't even need to know somebody in WWE. All you need to know is somebody at NBC Universal or whatever it's called over there, USA Network. That's all you need is you literally just need to know somebody at NBC Universal because they get the show plans down the day before or a couple of hours before. So that's all you need to know. You don't actually need to have proper WWE sources for it. But, that's my little spiel. And if anyone's got any problems with this or whatever, they can come on into my DMs and talk to me about it. But
there you go.
I'm going to turn around and say that I'm confident, and I'm even staking everything on this. The Rock will be wrestling at WrestleMania 41. and anyone saying otherwise is basically talking out their ass. Now, I'm going to quickly hand back over to Bobby a minute just so I can go and have a quick cough and everything.
There you go.
Yeah, and then so back over to Bobby.
All right, yep. So to piggyback off of that, Dwayne Johnson is 100% working WrestleMania, one way or another. Now, is he wrestling? I guess that could be up for debate. But yeah, I guess Dwayne Johnson could not be wrestling at WrestleMania per se, but he's going to be involved one way or another.
It's Vegas at the end of the day. It's Vegas. They're not going to have the biggest star that's been on TV recently. The biggest star basically like that they've outside of obviously like Roman and stuff like that. The Rock's basically the biggest one that's obviously come back, isn't it? Really, and like has been involved with major storylines. They're not going to have him miss WrestleMania in Vegas for it. But it's stupid. It's stupid. I think where these reports have come from is people have looked online to see how many movies he's got next year, and they're like, "Oh no, it's not going to permit it," without actually properly getting information in. And I do just want to say one final thing on that is at the end of the Fightful report, which came out, it said The Rock wouldn't reveal whether they even put down on this. They said, "Oh, anyone saying he's 100% working isn't telling the truth because The Rock would never reveal this to anyone." And that, anyone outside of a select 5 people. So my question is if they're so confident that Rock isn't working WrestleMania 41, are they talking directly to Nick Khan or Triple H or The Rock himself? Because that's the only sort of people who would directly know this. So, if you're so confident, then you've basically just ruined who your sources are, for it, because then, it's one of them 3 people who you're talking to. Because if you're claiming that, that people like me who are reported 100% that he's going to be there, and, other people as well are reporting 100% that he's going to be there, and then you're then saying in the same sentence, but Rock wouldn't ever tell that to anyone, you're basically saying as well that you're telling, that you're bullshitting as well, because, you're, you wouldn't have this, nobody else would be able to get this information either. So, it's, we'll find out. We'll find out in a couple of weeks when the Rock rocks up. There we go. I don't know. There, but there we go. Right, we'll back over to Bobby anyway.
Yeah. So my thing is, these certain journalists are saying, "Oh, Rock's not working WrestleMania," but then they're also piggybacking and saying, "Oh, but if he does, that just means the schedule changed." That's not. You're just covering yourself just in case. You're playing both sides now.
To my bit then, if they're saying that, then how's Rock's schedule going to change? Because the reason why they're saying that he can't do it is because he's filming. Now, if he's filming, they're not going to. He's not going to. One of the film production crews isn't going to turn around and say, "Oh yeah, go in. Oh, we're going to delay this by a couple of days just so that you can go and beat up Cody Rhodes in bloody Las Vegas." Like if you're filming a movie, you ain't going to do that. You're going to have that locked in months before. Just so then you make sure you're not filming around that time frame. So it's stupid. It's really stupid. It is.
Yeah, it's like I feel like maybe not months ago, but I feel like WWE has been known. Let me try and word that correctly. WWE has known for at least a few weeks if The Rock is doing WrestleMania.
Yeah. I do truly believe as well that they're doing it just to cover up for the fact that he's working WrestleMania, because they don't want it spoiled that that's going to be the main event of night 2 this early. Because personally, the way which I feel, and also hearing a bit of information, is I think number 30 in the Rumble is going to be Dwayne. And that,
it's possible.
I have heard that he wants to work the Rumble and that. And a lot of other people as well are getting the information that he's potentially going to be in the Royal Rumble now. I think this is why WWE of what I've called it deployed the smoke screen, where basically they're trying to cover it up because they don't want it that it gets spoiled beforehand that Dwayne's going to be at Mania for when, you know, his thing blasts out. Well, you know, for when you hear what if you smell what The Rock is cooking at number 30, you know, or somebody's brought up a good point is, and I think this might actually happen, is obviously, you know, where Dwayne's playing on his sort of TKO powers and that at the moment.
Yeah.
And he keeps bringing up around like that he's part of TKO and stuff. Now, what's the bettings that he enters at number 31? So you have all 30 come out, and then all of a sudden the countdown clock just appears in the corner, and then you're like, what the fuck? And that, you know, and then like the Rock's music just hits, or his music just hits, and he literally just comes out and just says, I'm entering at number 31. You know, and it'd be like every one of those history making moments where you have like 31 people in the 30-man Royal Rumble. And it's basically The Rock just turning around and just saying, no, I officially won, you know, I'm coming out at number 31 or whatever. And that, you know, that could be good. Or like I said, you literally, the 10-second countdown clock just appears on the Tron, and everyone's like, what the hell's going on? And that, and then, yeah, and the you know, the lights go off, and then Rock's music just hits, and you're like, holy shit. I could see that happening. Especially if there's leaked rumors that he's going to be in the Rumble. They're not going to want to bring him in at the number 30 spot because everyone will be expecting it. But bringing him in at 31 would be a moment. That's what I'd say for that one. But yeah, that's that one there. But no, but yeah, sorry, back over to you.
No, that would be crazy. Because I mean, if you think about it, that wouldn't be the first number 31 entrant in the Rumble. It would be the first 31 that was only advertised 30. But it wouldn't be the first 30-man, 31 entrant. I can't talk to that. I'm like you.
We're both in the same boat.
You can't talk because you have a bad voice. I can't talk just because I can't get my English out. Yeah, it's interesting, but I'm fully convinced, and I have been yesterday that Dwayne is working WrestleMania.
But if he doesn't, then they're going to have a lot of upset fans because a lot of people have bought tickets. And like I said, there's been a lot of people in the comments saying they spent hundreds, if not thousands, to go to WrestleMania expecting to see Dwayne. And if we don't get him wrestling at WrestleMania, that place is they're going to riot. Yeah. And that they're either going to riot or you're going to end up having basically, you know, a lot of refunds requested because, you know, if they go into WrestleMania season and that, especially when it comes to after the Rumble and Dwayne's nowhere in the WrestleMania scene for it, you're going to have a lot of pissed off fans. Trust me for that one. So, you know, he's working it. That's my bottom line of it is, you know, he's working it. And yeah, is people just need to basically, as doing a couple of Rock quotes here, you know, people just need to shut their mouths, know their role, and like, you know, and just basically just sit back and enjoy the ride and wait for Dwayne to show up, and that'll be the thing, won't it? Really, you know, and just accept that this is a massive smokescreen, and that he will be at WrestleMania 41. That's the bottom line of it, really.
I think so too. I think there's no doubt in my mind because it's like now I think he's facing Cody, which is interesting because you're still dangling that Rock Roman match in front of us.
But people, this is the thing: is a lot of people have come on board with this one now because what they're saying is, if you think about it, if they set that up at Royal Rumble, you haven't really got enough time to build that Rock Roman match. Whereas if they do it at 42, you've got a year's build. You know, they can potentially do that year's build for it.
Here's the issue with the build though. I don't even know if you really need to build it. The story has already been told.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know what's going on, you know?
The only thing is as well, and this is, I sort of found this, somebody mentioned this to me the other day. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Moni at ATD, which is one of the ones which I obviously like do DKO in that with. So if she is listening, hello, Moni. You know, it was either Moni or it was Lauren. I can't remember which one it was. But one of them mentioned to me the other day is, and I've noticed this one as well, is basically Roman's turned around and said in an interview somewhere that once he faces Rock, that's it done. The Bloodline storyline is done once he's faced Rock because there's nothing else. So if they do that at 41, that match, then that's the bloodline done. Whereas if they stretch it out to 42, and that would then potentially at the minute it gives you 18 more months worth of bloodline storyline, basically, to fit in, and there's a lot more coming because you've got the Jacob turn that's been teased, and you've got what does Solo do? Who's the real tribal chief and stuff like that, and stuff like that. You've got all of that still to do for it. So, rushing it for 41 in my eyes is going to be really bad. It's going to be bad business if they rush it for 41 just to appease the fans. They need to stretch it out to 42, which is what the plans are, I do believe, at the moment, is to have that match at WrestleMania 42.
Well, I don't think it's going to be Roman Rock at WrestleMania 41, which a year ago would have. Well, a year ago it was. Well, yeah, a year ago I would have.
Technically, we were meant to have it.
Yeah, I mean, 6 months ago. 6 months ago it was supposed to be Rock Roman, but a certain little blonde-haired WWE
Homelander
champion. Stop, no, don't insult Homelander like that. A Timu version of Homelander.
All right, okay.
If you've ever watched The Boys, Cody Rhodes and Homelander are nothing alike.
All right, okay, fair enough.
Homelander's let's just say, so Cody grants Make-A-Wishes, right?
Yeah, sorry, I was yeah.
Good. Let's just say Homelander ain't granting Make-A-Wishes.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, let's just say that. But yeah, no, the Timu version of Homelander. Yeah, we were supposed to get Rock Roman in April, but certain little blonde-haired Timu version of Homelander stomped his feet and refused to give up his spot.
Yeah.
Well, could have been.
I know what's happened there, but but
and he finished the story and did absolutely nothing with it.
He hasn't defended in like 3 months or whatever it is, 3-4 months. So this is the thing.
Can you tell me one good thing from Cody's reign?
We got the Kevin Owens heel turn.
Okay, but that's more on Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Granted. Yeah. No, I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything at all.
Can you tell me a moment from Cody or a match or a feud?
Not really. No.
The only moment that pops into my head.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even champion, was Taker and Cena helping him.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. But, like, that Cody wasn't champion.
Yeah.
It's just like he had nothing after finished the story. He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just,
fair enough.
it's just ridiculous. But I think Cody Rocket Mania. What are you thinking for the Raw side? Punk Rollins with the belt?
Punk Rollins for the belt, yeah. I was going to say this is quite interesting. People have started cutting onto it now because if you notice, did you watch Raw this week?
I watched the New Day segment.
All right, okay, right. Basically, the bit that you missed, I know we said we weren't going to cover Raw, but this brings into this bit is Punk came out. He opened up Raw and Punk came out and that. Yeah,
I heard about this. Yeah,
yeah, and he pointed up into the sky and someone said, "Can you see it?" In that, and he was saying about main events in WrestleMania and that. And then Seth Rollins came out, and the quite interesting conversation which people have picked up on, and obviously what you need to listen out for is they turned around and said that Punk turned around and said that his feud with Rollins is done. Because Seth Turman said his feud with Punk is done because Punk has nothing that Rollins wants. Whereas if Punk,
I didn't hear that part. Okay.
Yeah. Whereas if either one of them had the title, so if Punk or Rollins was champion, then they would happily face each other. Because Seth Turman said, "I won't face you because you haven't got anything I want." Whereas if you were champion, I would happily face you for that title at WrestleMania. So that's obviously setting that bit up, because then when you have Seth Rollins come and say, I will happily face you at WrestleMania for that title if you've got it, that's setting it up there. So, obviously the question is when does Gunther drop? Because I originally thought it was going to be Saturday night main event, but obviously now we know. well, that match isn't even happening now anyway because it's Finn versus Damien. It's Finn versus Gunther there anyway. Saturday main event. So
maybe first Raw on Netflix.
that's what I'm thinking. They do the big moment there, so they then have Punk versus Gunther there, and then Punk dethrones him there, or you do it in the or you do it at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So no, wait. Okay, let's just say for the hypothetical.
Yeah.
Rock Cody at Mania.
Yeah.
Seth Punk at Mania.
Yeah.
Who does Cena get?
Orton.
I'm gonna raise it a little.
Mm.
I'm gonna give this, and this is the first time ever match.
Yeah.
Cena, and this is two of the biggest names they currently have. Two mainstream stars, so you would get the casual viewer. John Cena versus Logan Paul.
Might be, yeah. That'd be pretty good, yeah. Yeah.
That's a huge,
yeah.
like even if you don't watch wrestling at all, you
Logan
know
Paul's
those two guys.
Yeah.
You know those two guys.
I mean, I'll do a quick shout out here as well, and this is one of the other things that we cover. But John Cena's name was brought up on the Masked Singer this week as well. So so you've even got, John Cena's name was brought up on the Masked Singer this week by Rita Ora. So so even people over at Fox and stuff like that, and like stars like Rita Ora and stuff know John Cena. So if you've got that one there, the stars on that you're going to have are going to know that basically big time.
When she said Rita or when she said John Cena, I looked at my dad and I was like, something tells me he's a little darker than John Cena.
Yeah.
Something tells me, and he was. He really was. Because she was like, what did she say? She's like, oh, there was a tackle clue. And I'm like, okay. She's like, what do you do in wrestling? You tackle. Not quite. No.
When she said that, I was just laughing. I was just like, "What the hell?"
Like in WWE, you don't tackle, and even in mat wrestling, it's not called tackling. It's called a takedown.
Yeah.
So, I don't.
But no.
I was like, "Oh, Rita, you were so confident too," but no.
No. It was that was a failing, but no. If the only reason why I said Orton as well is because Cena and Orton have never faced
at WrestleMania.
So that's the thing. It's like obviously it's Cena's last one, so they're going to want to sort of do a big, sort of big match, isn't it? So it's like you can either do that or you could have Cena McIntyre. That's another one which I was thinking of. Or so
I would say Cena Paul, but the good thing about Cena Paul and Cena McIntyre per se, matches like that, you don't have to do them at WrestleMania.
No.
Like Cena and Orton at WrestleMania, it's like, I don't know how this is, it's one of those how did this never happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't need that WrestleMania match for Cena Logan or Cena McIntyre,
No.
Yeah, I could definitely see Cena Orton at Mania.
Yeah, because like I said, because it'd be the they could do it down as the last time ever, but it's the last time ever that they would face, but then also the first time ever they faced at WrestleMania. So sort of the first time and the last time, if you get me. Not really. So that could be like, that could be the selling point for it. And if you say we're having Cena versus Orton, people are gonna want to watch that match because it's like, which one do they do? Do they put Cena over or do they put Orton over? That's the thing, isn't it? That one's going to be very unpredictable, that match is, for it.
Yeah, does Cena get his last WrestleMania win?
Yeah, or does he put over Randy Orton? That's the question, isn't
well,
it?
you also got to do the Cena Punk match because Punk has wanted it.
Yeah. So so that's an option there as well, isn't it? But
Cena's got to break that world title record though. He's gotta.
Unless he gets it in the next year, and that because we've got to think if Dwayne's defeating Cody, then what are they going to do with the belt? Because Dwayne's not going to hold that title; he's going to relinquish the title. So if he relinquishes that title, say on the Raw after WrestleMania or whatever, or heck on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, John Cena could go for that one, couldn't he? Cena can easily go and do that one.
Well, there's an easier path to get there.
What's that?
What about Punk Rollins?
Yeah.
Punk beats Rollins. Cena
Yeah.
beats Punk.
That works out, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, but then Roman's meant to be taking it in 25 World Heavyweight Championship because he's on Raw.
That's a 2025 situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
You don't have to keep it on Cena for a long time. You can keep it on him for a month and it will be okay. He's just got to break the record.
Yeah, because the way which I could see was the way which they might be able to do it is Cena ends his career as champ. So rather than holding it, say, in the middle, he goes out and he officially retires as champion. Then that way, then because the rumors are anyway is that there's meant to be a new title design coming on him for the WWE Championship. So Cena could potentially walk out with that title, retire with that title, and then like they bring in a new design for it. You know, that could be the way which they do it.
That doesn't work for me, brother. That doesn't work for me, brother. You know why?
Why?
Because I plan on going to SummerSlam in 2025, and I would love to see Cena break the record there. And am I being selfish? Yes, I am, but I don't care.
I think that you're going to see that's where you're going to have Rock and that's where you're going to have Roman and Seth. You know, that's where you're probably going to have Roman and Seth.
That'd be cool.
So, because you've got to think it's the first 2 night SummerSlam, so they're going to have they're going to want a big match there. And
well, Cena's going to be wrestling at SummerSlam for sure.
Yeah, but of course it's 2 night one, isn't it? So
yeah.
So obviously, so that'd be the thing. It's like night 2, I can see it as Roman Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship or whatever there. So, you know, so that will end that one out. But then, yeah, Cena could easily face off whoever the Undisputed Championship is at that point, isn't it? Really? You know, you could do it that way and Cena could win it there. That's what I'm thinking, potentially, if they're going to obviously do it there. But at the minute, Cena stuff seems to be...
I'm just being very, very selfish. I just want to see him break the record.
Yeah,
that would be cool. That's way far in the future.
We've got off track anyway, haven't we?
Yeah, that's way far in the future. All right, let's recap Survivor Series.
Yeah, you got our thingies up because you said you won and everything from our thingy.
Yeah,
congratulated him. But
yeah.
I'll let you run through this a minute, and I'll be back in like a couple of minutes and that. But yeah, I'll just let you run through this.
so Breaker won, Gunther won, Team Bianca won, Team Roman won. So yeah, from last week's show, we have Leo taking the victory. He got 4 out of 5. The only one he got wrong was LA Knight, and I really thought CJ had it when he picked Shinsuke. I was like, oh, that might be the difference maker. But no. Me and Xero tied for last. No, I'm sorry. No, we didn't. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I didn't. Leo got 4 right. CJ got 3 right. You got 3 right. I got 2 right.
Okay, fair enough.
We're back.
I picked LA. I picked LA Knight. I picked Sheamus. I picked Team Solo.
Yeah, we're pretty bad at predicting.
I didn't think both face teams were gonna win War Games.
No, neither did I. But I thought, I went opposite though, didn't I? Because I went Team Liv, didn't I, for the women's?
You went Team Liv, and the only ones you got wrong were Knight and Morgan.
Yeah.
I mean, 75% of us picked Knight, so I don't blame you there. But yeah, you got Breaker, you got Gunther, you got Roman. I just didn't think. I thought they were going to give Solo the win. Truthfully, well, I also thought something was going to happen. Something.
Yeah.
But no. But Survivor Series results. I believe the women's War Games was first. At some point it was okay. EO doing a backflip with the trash can, really cool.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time she did a backflip with it.
Yeah. Yeah, where's that?
Tiffany doing a swanton bomb off the top, really cool. Tiffany tried to cash in, but Raquel stopped it. And that leads to the end of the match. Rhea Ripley giving a riptide to Liv Morgan off the top rope for the pin and the win. That was interesting. Surely there's more to come of that feud, so we'll circle back to that in the future. Next up, we had LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, wait. This is interesting.
Wow.
So I just happened to have Survivor Series pulled up on my iPad from last week, and it didn't update or anything. So it still had, it didn't say winners or times or anything.
Okay.
So women's.
I've got it on here on Wikipedia.
No. I just had to refresh it. We're good to go. But I was like, wait, where's the women's war games lasted 38 minutes and 15 seconds. Next matchup we had just under 10 minutes. LA Knight dropped his belt, literally and figuratively, that night. Shinsuke Nakamura defeats him. I don't know where they go with Knight from here, truthfully. I don't know if they see him as a world title guy.
Maybe goes to Raw. He could go to Raw because don't forget they're going to want a lot of big names for Raw, aren't they, when it comes to Netflix? And there's meant to be that mini trade coming on up. So, I mean, he was always rumored to be going to Raw anyway for it. So, I mean, you know, there is that potential there for it. That's how I can see it. Anyway.
Yeah. So, it was interesting. I didn't think they'd give it to Shinsuke. I thought they were just going to have him job out more. But.
Well. I do agree. I didn't think they were going to take it off Knight, but they obviously did. So, you know, but what's that one there?
Next up, we had Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. I really thought they were going to give it to Sheamus. I thought Ludwig was in there to take the pin.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm not a gambling man, because Ludwig, if I remember correctly, wasn't involved in the pinfall at all, right?
Yeah.
Braun
no, he wasn't. No.
Sheamus, right?
Hang on, just before we carry on a minute, just a bit of breaking news has just come down. WWE themselves have confirmed that the Saturday night main event show, which is obviously meant to be for NBC, well, it's obviously meant to be a USA Network exclusive. They are actually going to air it worldwide on YouTube. So over here, over in the UK, we get it on YouTube at the time, and anywhere else as well where you don't get Peacock or the USA Network, you get it live on YouTube at the time. So WWE have just broken that news. So we have to just bring that one up there because I've just had the notification come down now, so that's what it was. But back to Survivor Series, there we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So Braun Breaker successfully retained. I really thought they were going to give it to Sheamus. Listen, I like Braun being a dominant IC champion, but I think there's more for him. With the belt's going to be tied up for a little bit. I don't know. Whatever. We'll get into that in the future, maybe. Next up, we had Gunther defeat Damian Priest by TKO. Well, yeah, technical. Yeah, whatever. With the help of Finn Balor. Now, I don't know about you, but during this exchange, when Balor hit the coup de grace on a Priest, and then you just see Gunther come in full speed and just Spartan kick Balor, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so stupid, but so funny.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I mean, obviously, it's setting up the match, which we now know of. Obviously, a Saturday night main event, but short of that, like, it kind of doesn't really, you know.
Well, I think
really make sense. But
actually, you still could do this. You have Balor. I'm sorry, you have Priest plus Balor at Saturday night's main event. Then the first Raw on Netflix, you can do a triple threat.
Yeah.
And then Gunther wins that one. Then then Rollins confronts Gunther.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's options there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a load of options and stuff, but obviously it's just sort of like seeing sort of like how they go with it, isn't it, really? That's the thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
main
think there's
event
options.
time. Yeah.
Yep.
Main event time. Men's War Games match. We had the OG Bloodline and some random white dude defeating the new Bloodline and some random Australian dude. So some of the moments from this were really funny. Roman putting his arm out to stop CM Punk from going to send Sammy out there. And then Roman taking the long, slow strut, and Punk just says, whatever, and it goes out first. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the sky shot from Bronson Reed trying to go through the table?
Yeah. Yeah.
My
It was
God,
like, wow. Yeah.
Like,
No wonder he's injured.
You just see Punk take Roman off, and then like you just see this man come, crazy. But it ended with Roman offering a hug to Solo, and even CM Punk was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then pretty much, what was I gonna say? Pretty much they all hit their finishers on Solo. Roman spears Solo for the win. After the match, Punk hugs Heyman and says, "When I need a favor, I'm going to come asking." So that might lead to him and Rollins at WrestleMania for the belt in the main event. In one of the main events.
Yeah, I do think that maybe this favor, I think the way they're going to play it, and this is an interesting theory which I've been thinking up, is maybe where Punk doesn't say, where he's obviously not in, well, what he might do is he might use
Did you just say Punk
Paul Heyman? No.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that. I'm like, Freudian slip, but it's true.
No, what I'm thinking is maybe that Punk calls on Heyman to get him that match with Gunther, and they set it all up in the one night. So then Punk then basically, so on that Monday, so on that first Raw on Netflix, Punk comes out, he finds Heyman or whatever and turns around, because Heyman's going to be there, obviously because the Bloodline's on that Raw. So Punk comes out and turns around and says, "I'm cashing in my favor," or whatever, and says, "I want Gunther by the end of tonight," or whatever. And then and they sort of do it that way. But the other interesting thing is as well, which we never obviously covered, but I thought this was quite interesting, is have you seen that they've announced another Saturday night main event a week before the Rumble in Texas?
Yeah, I did see that, January 25th.
So I mean, even though it'd be stupid to do it, they could do the title match then and do it that way, because then you wouldn't expect it on a Saturday night main event show that they do a title change. So I mean, if they don't do it on that first Raw on Netflix, they could do it that way. So I personally think what the favor is Punk is going to say to Heyman, get me that match with Gunther, because he knows that Heyman can obviously persuade like Adam Pearce or whatever to book matches and stuff. So that's my personal thoughts on it, and that's what the favor is going to be. Is that Punk going to ask for that match with Gunther?
See, I think the favor is he gets the main event at WrestleMania. I don't know though.
Oh, night one. Yes, yeah,
Yeah, of course. Well, apparently Dwayne's not doing WrestleMania, so
wow, yeah, I know. But we won't go back into that one.
Yeah. Well, all right. You want to go to Deadline?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
That was Survivor Series. So I'll be honest, I haven't watched NXT in a few weeks.
Have you not?
Oh God, I don't know who to pick on this one. All right.
You didn't say that. I will just say then, one of the things from NXT which I did want to cover is the way they done the way that Ren Sinclair has got into the women's thing.
That shocked me.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually did see that part. I was like,
did you see?
Oh, this is gonna be Cora. This is gonna be Jada. Yeah. No, neither. Well, no. Jada Parker.
Did you see? But her tweet after it as well. But
Jada Parker or Ren.
Ren's tweet.
No, I didn't.
NXT posted it because NXT's posted like what the hell went on here, and they obviously showed her like falling backwards and pinning thingy in that, and she simply just tweeted out into her and said, "I planned it this way."
this is exactly how I planned it. I was
This
like,
is
yes.
exactly how I
yes.
planned it.
Yeah, that was how I was. It was just like, this is exactly how I planned it. I was like, yes. Perfect.
Well done.
So,
Yeah, Cora Jade still hasn't won a match since she's returned, singles or multi-man or multi-woman. All right. All right. We'll end with the deadline matches or the Iron Survivor matches.
Yeah.
All right. First up, Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus No Quarter Catch Crew. Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it out.
Yeah, this is well, I'm going with Axiom and Frazier.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to go no core catch crew then, just so they sort of get the belts off them, because I think there's going to be sort of a screw job there. Because of course both the tag champs are both in the Iron Survivor matches, aren't they? So
no, they're not. Wait,
they are.
Oh,
they're both in the Iron Survivor matches.
No, only
Nathan Fraser is. Yeah, so something's going to go down.
Wait a minute. I was watching NXT on Tuesday. No.
Yeah.
Was that last night? 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And Jada Parker wanted Lola Vice in an NXT Underground match that night.
Yeah.
And do you remember what Ava said?
We'll get it done at we'll get it.
Before that.
I can't remember.
She's like, I understand.
Oh, yeah, we're not having 2 matches in one night.
Yeah, you're not having 2 matches in one night. But Nathan Frazier, we hate you. Who cares?
But the thing is, though, is they played on this as well, because I don't know if you obviously seen the segment of it, but when they were doing the battle royale this week, Nathan Fraser made a point during it that he said, I've got 2 matches coming up this weekend and stuff, and and you haven't, to Axiom, and he made it quite known that something that he needs to prioritize what he wants more, whether he wants the tag team championships or whether he wants to go for a singles title. So I think maybe they're gonna, obviously depending on the way it's gonna go, I think maybe they're gonna drop, personally.
I just don't see them dropping to these guys. That's just my opinion, because the No Quarter Catch crew, that is Dempsey's crew, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and he still has the Heritage Cup, right?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on, give me a sec. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so I don't think they're gonna put most of the belts in that group. All right. Speak of the devil, we'll just go right for it. Lola Vice versus Jada Parker. NXT Underground match. Who do you got?
This is a tough one. Because we all seen what Jada Parker said this week in that, and
as far as I know, she isn't in any trouble. So
no, she's not. No, but that would have been scripted anyway, so that would have been fine. But no, I think maybe Jada.
HBK scripted that.
Probably knowing him, probably.
Here's what you're gonna say. What? I'm going to Lola.
Yeah, fair enough.
This is more Lola's territory because she's a former MMA. And didn't Jada Parker beat her the first time?
I can't remember.
Pretty sure she did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jada Parker matches. Load. Thank you. NXT 2300. Jada Parker defeated Lola Vice by pin. Referee Dawn Marie. Yeah. So I think they're gonna give this one to Lola, considering it's in her backyard. It's her kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch? No, I'm not letting you switch.
No, I'll keep it Jada.
All right. Next up is Trick Williams versus Ridge Holland, singles match for the NXT Championship. I think we're both gonna agree on this one.
Yeah, I think Trick's retaining.
Yep, I don't see Ridge Holland being the one to end this. Still think it should have been Trick and Andre Chase, but I digress. Simple input to that. All right. Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. Soruka versus Stephanie Baker versus Zarya versus Julia versus Ren Sinclair. Who do you got?
This is difficult because
Yes, it is. But I have a name.
because the three in the middle being Stephanie, Zarya, or Julia, any one of them is going to be the champion. And any one of them could potentially do that. Now, we've already had Roxanne and Stephanie, haven't we? Against we've already had
Roxanne and
Stephanie.
Julia. We had.
That's it. Yeah. So I'm wondering whether they do Zarya this time. So my pick's going to be Zarya for this one. I think to win this one. What about you?
Oh, you're picking Zarya? So am
I
I.
think Zarya. Oh, fair enough.
That's.
Well,
I was thinking. I was like,
Zarya.
you've already got Julia, Roxanne. I'm like, this could be. And the NXT New Year's Evil is taped, right?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
So will they change the title?
I don't know. It depends what the leaks now are, isn't it? Whether anyone's actually going to leak it. But to be fair, NXT leaks seem to be very, very hard to get rid of at the moment. They're very hard to get hold of at the moment. So I mean, there's every possibility for it, but it depends really. But no, I think Zarya is going to win the Survivor. I do personally.
Fair enough. I mean,
That's
I
my
agree. Yeah. All right, last one. Men's Iron Survivor Challenge. Wesley versus Javon Evans versus Nathan Frazier versus Ethan Page versus Eddie Thorpe. Who do you got?
Well, first of all, I don't think Eddie Thorpe's going to be in that match.
Oh, you think someone replaces him?
Well, did you not? Oh no, you didn't watch all of NXT, did you?
Nah.
He got took out at the end of NXT.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he got took out at the end of NXT, and they played on the whole thing of obviously him attacking Ava. So I think he gets replaced by a debuting Bloodline member, either Lance Anoa'i or Hikuleo.
Oh, for the love of God.
Yeah. Or the other rumor going around is it was Oba who took him out. Because the thing was they played a little bit beforehand, and you had what the thing was that just before they showed the attack or whatever, you obviously didn't see this bit, but there was a video where I haven't got the video to play it. See, but the best way to describe it is Robert Stone and what's her name, the other one who's playing acting GM at the moment, Robert Stone and
Stevie Turner.
Stevie Turner, yeah, that's it. Yeah, they were both in the office because Ava had left the building because she had gone off with Trick Williams after the attack earlier on in the night. And basically, they were talking and somebody just walks in off camera. You couldn't see who it was, but basically they were both like looking down at their screens and everything like that. Then all of a sudden they both just look up as if like they're looking up to somebody who's like
looking
6
up
or
at
7
somebody.
foot or whatever. Yeah, looking up at somebody really tall. Now, the rumours going round it's either going to be Oba, who's going to insert him into that, because obviously they're going in for that. That would make sense, sort of he wants to go for the world title and everything. So, and he's not been about for ages. Or it's going to be a Bloodline member because of the Ava connection. Now, that's that. One of the other things that I've seen teased online is potentially it's, what's his name? That Penta from AEW, because his contract's expired now and he's meant to be going into NXT as well. So
I think they're gonna wait to debut them together.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, right, is the look on Roberts and Stevie's face, as if they knew the person. It's they knew the person. So this is what was making me think it's either Oba, because of course they both know what Oba looks like, or it's one of the Bloodline members. Basically, that's the thing. So then it was then quite coincidental that person walked on in as soon as Eddie Thorpe walked out the office, because Eddie Thorpe was in there beforehand. And then, of course, this person walked out the office, and then they sort of, that kind of happens that way. So, it kind of is a little bit, yeah.
Interesting. So who are you picking officially? For the record.
Well, officially, then, looking at our list, then I'm going to say I'll go Javon Evans, if we're obviously doing it that way, basically.
I'm going Wesley.
Hey, fair enough.
Has Wesley ever won this before?
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. Has he?
No, I don't think so. No.
I know
No, I don't
Javon
think so, no.
hasn't because I think
No.
this is his first time in it. 2023. I know
Yeah.
Grayson Waller was the first winner. I remember that.
Yeah.
Ilya Dragunov defeated. Trick Williams won it last year. That makes sense.
Yeah. Hold on, actually. What I'll be able to do a minute. Hold on. It is if I.
Who won it? Blair Davenport won the women's? Wow. That's wow.
Yeah.
Let's go back to
Yeah.
2022, and I believe that was the first one. Yes. So, Roxanne won the first Iron Survivor. Ironic. And like I said, Grayson Waller won. So yeah, Wesley has never won it. Was he even in it?
No.
Axiom. Oh, Axiom was in the first one. Ironic.
I don't think so. No.
Wow, you want to hear? The New Day won the tag
Yeah.
titles at the first deadline. That's crazy.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, Wesley has never
Yeah.
been in it. That's interesting. Oh, Braun Breaker was in it last year? Jeez.
No.
No, he
Yeah.
was.
Here we
Braun
go.
Breaker
Hold
was
on.
in
I've
Iron
just.
Survivor.
It's not a video, but this is the This was the shot for when they looked up. So I don't know if you can see the screen, but that's the shot from what when the person
I thought
walked
you meant
in,
they were
that's what
looking
it
like.
was. So- No, they did at first, but then they sort of stood up and done that. So yeah, so they were looking up and that, but
so
yeah,
they
but
were
that's
sitting
the
down. Interesting. Okay,
yeah,
that's an
and then
interesting plan.
yes,
that's
so
this
that's the last thing there, yeah. Yeah, and they actually ended the show with Thingy being took out. So yeah, with Eddie Ford being took out basically. And that's all you literally seen was just him just yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think they're going to replace Eddie Thorpe and they're going to also do it. You know, they're going to do it that way. Or you have there's been some rumors going around of bloody Shawn Michaels did it. And that is like I don't think Shawn Michaels did it, but
Shawn Michaels
you know.
versus Eddie Thorpe at Stand and Deliver next year.
Yeah, that could be quite yeah. It could be quite interesting, that one could be. Yeah.
Well,
No,
all right.
that one.
That's our picks for NXT Deadline. We have a lot of different ones, so this should be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, it could well be, but
I believe that's all we got for today, folks. Deadline is this Saturday at the time of recording.
I will say I won't be watching it. I won't be watching Deadline.
Why?
So because I've got family over this weekend, so I won't be able to watch it basically.
So put the show on for the family.
What, for like an 8-year-old child?
Yeah, that's what most of the wrestling fans are. They're mostly children.
Yeah. Well, I will do, but yeah, no, but that's but no, yeah. So that's the thing there. But no, that's
yeah, whatever.
I might
I'll be watching
it. I don't know yet. Well, I might end up watching it. I might not, but we'll cover it next week anyway. And I should feel slightly better by then, so I might be able to
So, do you want to do the spiel? Because I can't remember it off.
No, you can. You can because I need. Actually, I mean, I can. I can transfer.
No, follow. Subscribe to Xero. All right, I'm gonna do mine. You do yours. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
Go give me a subscribe because I can never remember all your names. Go give me a subscribe at Bobby's Breakdowns. We're doing some good content, folks. We got our Christmas content coming. It's a fun time. I'll hold that up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Bobby's Breakdowns and Twitter at Bobby's Breakdown. Yes, I know it's annoying, but I can't fix Twitter's problems. What do you want me to do? Over to Xero.
Yeah, so let's just try and do this now before I lose my voice again. So yeah, so follow myself then. It's at For You Wrestling. That is on Twitter and YouTube and also Instagram. We also now have a TikTok as well that we are starting up. Well, it's been in for a while, but I just haven't used it, but it's coming in. Yeah, so that's that one. Yeah, follow. obviously, any content that's coming up now is I am planning a top 10 moments of the year for WWE. Top 10 worst moments of the year as well for WWE. I don't know when they're going to be posted. It's going to be probably when I'm feeling a little bit better, really. It's going to be that one.
Moments.
Yeah,
Cody
top 10 worst
winning,
moments.
Cody existing, CM Punk costing Drew every single time. That's like 5 moments right there.
Yeah. And then I was going to do a top 10 AEW worst moments, but I can't cover the entire year with that. You know, there's more than 10. So, you know, so
I don't have that kind of time to dive through AEW weekly.
Yeah, I don't really have that time to like go through and find things. I mean, I can probably find 10 things in just Dynamite last night alone. So, you know, but we're so it's going to be AEW. It's going to be WWE focused with the best things and worst things, really, because I also can't find 10 good things about AEW this year to do one on that reverse one there. So,
I'll give them this, and you're probably going to disagree with me, but I do have a logic behind this. Right. They did do a good job of making one of their girls a star this year.
Which one?
Mariah May.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Because truthfully, I didn't know who she was before AEW. Now I'm in love with her.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I mean, you know, at least they did good on that end.
Yeah. So that's the content that's coming out. Like I said, it will be out by the end of the year, but I don't know when it's going to be out yet because I am still working on it, but I'm doing it very slowly in between everything's. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the videos.
We got to give you a peek behind the curtain, folks. We have 3 more shows left for the year.
Yeah, and one of them is going to be our award show.
Yes, they are. So we have 2 more legitimate shows.
Yeah,
I mean, not legitimate, but like that.
Yeah,
that award show is fake. No, just 2 more like just regular shows where we're not doing anything, Christmas related or
the award show's legit. That reporter Xero, he's coming for 3 years. 3 years is best reporter. He's going for it. He's coming for it. He's coming. He's got to defend his defend his trophy and everything that he's got for it. So but yeah,
I'm gonna go vomit.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, so that's I need to go do something in a minute. So yeah, so don't forget to tune into the award show. Information will be out about that one, but it will be released between Christmas and New Year's. That one will be where you'll find out who's won all of our awards there. It's a tie-up at the moment between worst reporter of the year between a certain couple of people. We're still obviously having the the votes in for that, but yeah. So I'll say now, thank you for tuning in this week. This is Xero signing out,
and I'm Bobby. We will see y'all next time. Later.
See you later.